What is up, y'all? It has been a minute. It's been a couple minutes. This is a lock video, so let's talk about my locks. These past couple months have been non-stop stimulation for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Everything's been exciting, everything has been amazing, but it's just been a lot for me to handle. There is some relevance to me saying all of that because one thing is for sure, throughout all of this, my locks have been suffering. They have been suffering with me. This is a lock rehab. I think originally I wanted to position it as more of like a how I keep my locks healthy and growing type vibe. But to be honest, this past month I have neglected the girls so much. I have neglected them so bad. I think this video is more like a rehab.
You're recording?
Yes, I am recording.
What were you saying?
I was talking.
What's the video about?
It's about my hair. It's about my locks.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. Anyways, so here are the locks in question. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Sydney Rain and we're just living life over here. One day I will figure out a solidified intro, but for now, I really don't even care. Yeah, so I've been locked for 3 years. I would like to say that I feel pretty qualified to talk about the subject of locks, to share my routines, to share this journey with y'all. But I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret because literally last month when I was going through it, everything was chaos, everything was insane. There was a teeny tiny amount of time where I was ready to chop these bitches off. I was ready to chop them off. Not because I hate my locks. I actually love my locks. Obviously, they're still here. Obviously, I didn't go through with it, and I don't plan to anymore. I have changed my mind. This is kind of weird, but I was having dreams about cutting my locks like every other night, at least once a week. It was kind of insane. A part of me feels like that was just like me coping with change and this sort of like evolution that I'm going through with these stages in my life, things I'm experiencing and things that I'm doing, and just kind of like stepping into a new space. And I feel like for me, cutting my hair has always been like a really tangible way to sort of like process that change. And if it's not cutting, it's like dyeing my hair or doing something to manipulate my hair. And so I feel like for me, having dreams about cutting my locks damn near every single night was really just me processing the fact that a lot was happening, a lot was changing, and wanting to kind of like find ways to adjust to that change and to come into this new version of myself. And ultimately I decided I didn't want to cut my locks. I do love them, and I really feel like if I did cut my locks, it would not better my position in any way. Not that that's why I wanted to cut them in the first place, but I actually put an appointment in to actually go and get a curly cut, I guess you could say. I was gonna like chop all of my hair off, I'm not gonna lie. Ideally, I wanted like 3 or 4 inches of hair left on my scalp, and it was just, I wasn't even gonna go through the process of combing them out. I was just gonna cut them off. And so I put the appointment in, and literally after I booked it, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. So it was a very quick turnaround. I feel like the realness of me putting in a hair appointment made me realize that like I actually don't want to cut my locks. I love my locks. I really have loved this journey, and I don't necessarily think that it is time for it to end yet. It was a great way for me to really assess what I was doing, see if I was self-sabotaging, see what was really going on behind that kind of like train of thought, that logic. And ultimately I decided we don't want to cut the locks, we want to keep the locks, but there's a lot of newness and growth happening right now, and I need to find ways to cope with it. Yeah, I also am dealing with dandruff. I don't think I could show y'all the dandruff. If you can't see it, I could see it. It's there. This usually happens when the seasons are changing, which is right about now. I feel like summer is coming to an end and it is about to be fall, and so I have dandruff, my scalp is dry, my hair is tangled, it's frizzy, it needs some rehab, and so that's what we're doing today. We are trying to save my locks. We are showing it some love and attention. After literally having so much I'm chopping you off energy, I've decided to show it some love, some care. I'm actually gonna be filming this in 2 parts. I have a entrepreneurial life coaching meeting with my dad actually in like 30 minutes. And so I figured I would at least start this process. Kind of like requires this pre-poo, pre-shower step, which is this coconut oil I'm gonna talk about in a second. But I figured that I would at least start this process so when my meeting is over, I could just hop in the shower and really just like get into the meat of this video. So really quickly, I wanted to show you some of the brands that I'll be working with. I have one other soap that's in the shower that I didn't buy today because I already had some, and I will include a clip of what it is probably later on. 2 of the 3 brands that I will be using today is this Uncle Harry's natural products, and I will be using this herbal coconut oil, which says it's a preconditioner, nourishing hemp, soothing and softening hair and scalp treatment, as well as this seaweed hair gel, also from Uncle Harry's. It's a light hold, clean formula, volumizing conditioner. And then finally, I purchased this organic hair therapy weightless no frizz styling oil. It's from Moon Valley, which I believe is local. In the past, I've really liked their lotion balms. They do like lotion pucks. They make a whole bunch of different clean products, but I really needed a new hair oil, and so I figured I would try out their hair oil. I'm very excited about that. And as far as Uncle Harry's is concerned, I've really only been using them for like the past month. I actually have another video posted where I show my Lazy Girl lock care routine, and I use one of their like leave-in conditioner oil sprays, and I really like that product. I kind of wanted to continue on the little Uncle Harry's train and try out some more products. So the hair gel and the hair oil are actually going to be after I shower. I'm going to be retwisting my hair just because I feel like it's time. I literally just put out that video talking about how I never fully do a retwist anymore, and I don't, but I feel like right now is one of those times where I really do just need to go through my entire scalp, oil it, retwist it, and really just feel a little more put together, just because everything has been chaos. Right now, I am just going to focus on the herbal coconut oil, and real quickly, I want to read y'all the ingredients. First ingredient is coconut oil, followed by sweet almond oil, hemp oil, essential oils of lavandin, so lavender, lemon, geranium, rosemary, and tea tree, nettle leaf, burdock root, sage leaf oils. Most of the ingredients are organic as well, gluten-free and vegan. That is why I am currently really liking this brand. No fragrance, nothing in it to extend its shelf life. It just seems very clean, very authentic. It's actually also from Washington, which I'm not surprised because I actually got it at a co-op that works a lot with local brands, and so this product is based out of Redmond, Washington, which is actually like super close to where I work, which I just realized that right now. So that's super cool. Uncle Harry's natural products. Oh, and this was $5.99, so I think it's a great price actually, considering that if I were to make it myself, it would probably be a lot more just because essential oils are expensive, and that's something I always weigh, especially because I do have so many herbs and I do have the ability to make products like this myself, but sometimes I do just enjoy going to a store and having everything made for me. And so, yeah. If y'all want to know some tea, I actually got this towel from Free the Roots, which I've worked with in the past, but no longer associate myself with at all because they kind of, I don't know, they were doing some things that were kind of shady to me, especially as a content creator and making sure that I feel valued by brands and not taken advantage of, because regardless of how simple my content seems like it is and how quickly I can make it, it's still a lot of creative energy, time, and work. And so to see brands sort of take advantage of that and not ask permission for things that they definitely should have asked permission for, or at least matched with opportunities, I feel, in my opinion, I don't know, just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, I guess you could say, as far as how Free the Roots has gone about with some of the content that they have shared on emails, on their profile, through running ads to monetize their business and their products, and essentially just use my likeness to do so. And I say this all very lightly because I actually have not confronted them about that, and we have done one paid partnership, I guess, in the past, and so maybe to them the lines were a little more blurred than I had realized, and I do recognize that. But as a creator, I don't know, I just know if a brand puts me in a position where I feel like I've been taken advantage of, it's definitely not something that I will continue to support, at least, you know. Anywho, Basically, per the instructions, I am just spreading this around my very dry scalp, and it is a pre-poo conditioner. I've used pre-shower, pre-poo conditioners before in the past, and I have really liked them surprisingly. Thinking to apply an oil before getting in the shower on dry hair has always been kind of strange to me as a concept, but I've done it a couple times and I really enjoy it. I don't know truthfully what the purpose is or like the function of it in its entirety, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of research and hopefully I can leave a little comment on the screen explaining what I found. But as for right now, the plan is to spread this all over my locks, all over my hair, and then my meeting is in 20 minutes and it should last about an hour. So I am going to be keeping this in a little longer than it suggested on the back, which was like 30 minutes. But honestly, knowing that it's coconut oil, this could honestly be left in overnight if I wanted it to, so I'm not really concerned about the time. And if anything, I think I appreciate the time frame being a little longer than just 30 minutes. Off the bat, I definitely can say I feel a difference. I mean, obviously it is oil, so you're gonna feel a difference. I am already kind of loving how soft my hair feels. I feel like it definitely is responding super well to this product, because that is another thing as well. You don't always know how your hair is going to respond depending on if it's high porosity, low porosity, which mine is very low porosity, so it takes a minute sometimes for my hair to soak up moisture. It takes a minute for it to really feel hydrated, and some products just sit on top of my hair and do absolutely nothing but create buildup. So I actually thought I'd go in with my soft bristle brush and just kind of further spread this around my scalp. You get what I'm trying to say. And this is how much oil that I used. This is probably gonna last. This is probably something I do once a month, and for it being $5.99, I'd say that's pretty good. At this moment, I can't remember if I put a video out about brushing my hair. It has been such a controversial topic for me and my pages. I feel like people either really love it and they swear by it. Some people think it's complete bullshit and doesn't do anything and just frizzes up their hair and they hate it. And to that I say, to each their own. So let's do a little lane check before I put it up and go to my meeting. The next time you see me, we will be in the shower. See you in a moment. Oh. Ah. This is fine. Hold on. So, literally the only thing that I really do in the shower is shampoo. I have been using the shampoo bar from a brand that I have completely forgot the name of for the past couple months. I really like the shampoo bar because it is herbal, and once again, the ingredients, the ingredients list is extremely low, and number two, they're all herbs and ingredients that I personally am familiar with and really vouch for when it comes to my hair growth and what my hair likes. I always like to completely soak my locks first before going in with any type of shampoo, and depending on how my scalp feels, I'll either do 1 or 2 rinses with the shampoo. I'm feeling like today is a 2 rinse type of day. Also too, I will say specifically with the shampoo bar, I would say this soap is actually quite pricey considering that I think it's like $8.99, which for one bar that really only lasts me 1 month, I guess that's good, but at the same time, not great, not amazing. And when I'm shampooing, I always start with my scalp as the center of attention, especially for the first wash. I always like to really just get in there and not scratch, but more so rub with like the little fingertips, especially in this front area. I feel like that's where I experience the most dandruff, and I feel like that's the aspect of my hair that really deals with the most manipulation and just all of the drama. So that was wash number 1. I'm going to rinse it out. As you can see, really just focus on my scalp. I'm going to go through one more time, and I'm really just going to focus on the rest of my hair. This particular soap, it's not extremely sudsy, and for that reason, it's kind of hard for me to tell sometimes if I have amply covered my locks and really just like gotten in there, but I am seeing suds come out of them, and I know that I applied a decent amount of the soap onto my locks, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rinse them out. Okay, kind of cheated, got out, didn't show you that whole process, it's whatever. I just dried my head off with the microfiber towel that I literally already told y'all about. So we are now in the final stages of this process. This is something that I don't typically do that often, and that is a full retwist on my hair. If you are interested in seeing my like lazy girl lock hair routine where I really just do like a really mini partial retwist, definitely check that out on my page. But today we are going to be trying some new hair oil, a new hair gel, which is something I generally also don't really use, and we are going to do a full retwist on my hair. Just because I read the ingredients for the last product, this is organic MCT oil, safflower, jojoba, argan, broccoli seed oil, orange, bergamot, carrot seed, cypress essential oil, rosemary extract, calendula, horsetail, and nettle. That's it. And this formula specifically is a special blend for coarse, curly, and wavy hair, light citrus scent. So that was also kind of exciting. There were two options, which is known to penetrate hair fibers and nourish follicles. I don't usually work with MCT oil, so that is kind of new to me, but I am pretty excited to try this out just because there is no crap in it. Before this, I was using Miele's rosemary oil, just like everyone else on the internet, and I liked it, but I did not love how it felt like there was just a lot going on and there's not a lot of clarity on exactly what I was fully putting into my hair. This oil is actually super light, kind of on the dry side, not what I'm used to as far as oils are concerned. Generally, I like a thicker oil, but my hair soaked it up. I think it was like $15, so for the size of the dropper, I wouldn't say it's like extremely cheap, but I'd pay the price just because I know that it's locally made for me, and also I know a lot of other products by Moon Valley, love their quality, and I trust it. I really actually like this oil a lot. I love how it feels on my hair, and my hair seems to really be liking it too, which is just exciting, and I love that. And then we're gonna go in and actually try using this hair gel, the seaweed hair gel by Uncle Harry's. Light hold clean formula, volumizing conditioner. Ingredient list. First ingredient is purified water, English moss seaweed, apple cider vinegar, vegetable glycerin, essential oils of lavender, lemon, geranium, rosemary, tea tree, non-GMO citric acid from sugarcane, and grapefruit extract, gluten-free and vegan. It is made out of sea moss, so the consistency does not surprise me. It's very sea moss. I can see how it's light hold. My biggest concern is that it's going to leave a film, which is why I generally don't use any type of a gel, just because I feel like I'll use a gel and then I immediately have to like rinse it off a couple days later because it just leaves something. But definitely thicker consistency. It's very real, I guess is the best way to put it, and it does almost feel like a thick leave-in conditioner, which is interesting for me. It has piqued my interest, I will say, and I am not scared yet. I hope the hold is nice enough to have it stay for a couple moments, because all I'm going to be doing is putting a rubber band around them and holding them in place and just adding to that rubber band. And honestly, because this is not a retwist tutorial, probably not gonna record the meat of this, so I'ma turn off the camera, focus on this, just power through, and I'll turn it back on when I'm closer to the top. Check back in with y'all in a moment. I really just came in to do a little mid-retwist review. Really like the consistency, but have come to the conclusion that my hair needs to be wet and I need to have wet hands to work with it, because it does start to kind of get flaky and peel, which I don't love. This is how much I've used thus far. Probably do this in front of the sink instead of on the ground in front of a mirror, just so I have constant water supply and really just like work the gel in with some water. I feel like that would definitely help it solidify in place how I want it to, and definitely reduce a lot of just like frizz tangle that I'm experiencing, because my hands are dry. This is relatively dry too. It is quite thick, quite sea mossy, I guess is the best way to put it. which is kind of pleasant considering that that is its second ingredient. So just moving forward, I think I'll just kind of like keep that in mind and make sure that I have the right setup to actually use it properly. Okay, and I am all done. I wish I could show you the final product, but I think that's gonna have to come tomorrow or some other time because it is quite late in the day and I don't plan to go out nor take the scarf off of my head once it gets put on. I'm not using clips this time, but even when I do retwists with clips, I don't necessarily like to just keep them in forever and ever, so I put a scarf over my head basically to just like hold everything in place and essentially just let it air dry because my hair is quite damp. In spite of how it may look, it is really wet. So yes, this was my attempt to do a little lock rehab slash the routine that generally I already do on my hair when it is a good month, when it is a good week, when it is a good day. This is just generally my hair routine. I just haven't done it in a minute. I have not gone through and retwisted all my locks. It's been a minute since I did a pre-poo, a gel, a solid oil, and a solid wash. We're back on track. We're feeling good and the locks are feeling healthy, happy, and I know that they never stop growing, so we're chilling. Pretty much it. I think I'm gonna probably insert a clip maybe in like a day or two whenever I remember to show y'all how the retwist held up and any final thoughts I have if something changes about my opinions on products and how I'm feeling. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon. All right, happy healing. Bye y'all.